Today we're talking about what to do when your nudes have leaked online. This video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. Now, why am I recommending Surfshark in this specific video? Well, that's because Surfshark One Plus plan includes a service called Incogni. This is a service that's definitely going to help you with your current issue. If your nudes got leaked and it's leading to you being doxxed, or people are harassing you and found out your real life information, a service like Incogni is basically going to scrape the internet and remove as much information about you as possible, whether that be your address, your phone number, or anything like that. Additionally, Surfshark also has other data protection and just online protection features as well, like webcam protection if your nudes have leaked somehow through your webcam, or maybe even some malware that's on your computer. Surfshark's antivirus will remove that for sure. Additionally, they have identity protection features that will protect your email and various other things, and they have really good ad blocking and malware blocking through their VPN connection. So overall, this is an excellent tool to take advantage of if your nudes have been leaked, or if you're even just worried about being doxxed. I'll be putting a link in the description down below to activate this current deal you see on the screen, which gives you around 79 to 72 or 81% off depending on the package you go for. I personally recommend the Surfshark One Plus package, like I said, since it does include Incogni, which I will be mentioning in more detail later on in the video. So guys, in this video, we're going to be putting timestamps down below, discussing each step of precautions or what you should be doing if this has happened to you. Additionally, this video will also discuss what you should do if your address, your real name, and stuff like that has leaked as well. I'm going to be putting all my favorite products mentioned in this video in the description down below, including discounted links. So any products I recommend that will help you improve your privacy after your nudes have leaked will be down in the description down below. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. So guys, firstly, let's go ahead and discuss what happens when your nudes are leaked online. This can be a very traumatic experience. And the bad news is, to a certain extent, it can be hard to remove things from the internet permanently. Now, that's not to say that you should be powerless and just accept it and not do anything about it. And in fact, this video is actually going to be the opposite. This video is going to show you how to take control of the situation to make the best of it. So guys, the first thing you should do when this happens is to secure your accounts. If someone has gotten into your accounts, this could be how your nudes got leaked. Maybe they got into your iCloud, maybe they got into your computer, maybe they got into something that led to your nudes being leaked. Of course, it could just be as simple as you sent them to somebody and that's how they got your nudes and leaked them from there. But I can't really predict exactly what your current situation is, but securing your accounts is always a good thing to do. I would say in this section, we're going to be recommending a couple tools. Number one is you're going to be wanting to use a password manager. In 2024, I think every single person should honestly be using a password manager service. And why is that? Well, it's because the best one out there, Bitwarden, is pretty much free to use. You don't need to pay to use it. It's a very good service. It's open source. It's privacy friendly. And pretty much what it's going to do is going to be installed on your phone and your computer or browser. And it's going to generate very strong passwords and make it easy for you to remember and thus use passwords in the future that are stronger than your old ones. So this is just kind of a no-brainer. And these are pretty easy to use. It might just take some getting accustomed to it, but I would recommend using Bitwarden to first change your passwords. Secondly, you're going to want to be using a two-factor authentication on your main accounts. This basically means that when you try to log into accounts, if someone has your password, they still won't be able to get into it as long as you're verifying that account with two-factor authentication. Now, most services do support two-factor authentication, whether that be your Gmail account or pretty much every other secure account, whether that be banking or something like that. And stuff like iCloud even has two-factor authentication with Apple. But we do want to use two-factor authentication with most of your major accounts just to protect your information. And we're going to be recommending Revo or Aegis, depending on your operating system. These are probably the most privacy-friendly services that you could choose when coming to 2FA. Or if you want something maybe a little less, if you don't care too much about privacy and stuff like that, but you want something very usable, Authy is still very good. Although specifically Revo and Aegis, I think, are primarily the best ones when it comes to 2FA for privacy, not just in terms of pure usability, because these are also pretty easy to use too. The next step we're going to be discussing is documentation. Now, if your nudes have leaked online, this can be illegal. Especially if you're under the age of 18. So documenting things is very important, especially if you ever plan on taking legal action against said person, especially if you know who it is that leaked it, if you know the real life name, and especially if they're in the same country. You can pursue legal action. In a lot of cases, you should, especially since a lot of public defenders might be able to help you with this, or you might be able to seek damages or something like that, especially if you're under the age of 18. So I would encourage you to take documentation of everything that happened, and you're going to be able to do this by using some kind of screenshot application or just saving files of things that have happened. Generally, when you screenshot something, you could take pictures of what has happened and how it has happened, whether that happened on Discord or an instant messaging service. Screenshotting these with your phone's capabilities. Basically, generally, you just want to document everything as much as possible, and just primarily by the way to do this would be by, like I said, screenshotting it or making notes of it in case you ever do need some kind of records if you decide to take legal action against a person who leaked your nudes. So guys, next up we want to talk about reporting the content. So if you have your nudes leaked on some kind of website, lots of times you can actually get it removed, which is very good. They always say that once something's on the internet, it's impossible to remove. And this is only true to an extent. I know personally that from doing some research into this, some extremely popular people are able to get a lot of content removed, and some people can get content removed. If you can get it removed from Google, that's also a very good thing. I'm going to be discussing, quickly how to remove something from Google, which basically means that people won't be able to find it as easily, especially if they're looking up something like your real name. You could report stuff to Google that is illegal, and they will probably remove it for you as long as you provide a good way of doing it. And I'll be discussing how to do that right now. So guys, basically in order to request Google to remove the images, you pretty much go to this removal page. Basically the way you could find it is going to support.google.com/web search. I'm going to put a link in the description down below, but you could probably just Google web search content removal form or remove nudes from Google, and you will probably find this page. Basically, what you will do here is report to Google that some nudes were leaked or something like that, and then fill out the information, and then you will get a notification if something is removed for you. Additionally, guys, if you are under 18, you could take advantage of a website like this, which is called takeitdown.ncmec.org. This is a website that helps minors take down nude photos. This website does seem to be free. I haven't used it myself, but this website does seem like it will help people remove nudes online, and it will help you through that process. It does seem to be pretty legitimate. Additionally, there are also paid services out there like dmca.com, which will use a team of professionals to request a website to remove information on you. So this is also definitely an option too that can help you remove nudes from extraneous websites out there, not just from Google search results. Now, like I was saying before, when it comes to documentation and reporting stuff, another important process of it could be that legal recourse. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but there is a lot of legality when it comes to leaking nudes and doxing and stuff like this, and it can vary jurisdiction by jurisdiction. But if you've had a significant amount of content leaked, or especially if you're underage, you can contact a lawyer to assist with you in some course of action, which may include sending cease and desist, filing for restraining order, or maybe even pursuing criminal charges. So it's definitely something to think about. Another important step you might want to take is utilizing data protection services. Now, this is where my channel kind of specializes in. If you're worried about people finding your name, thus finding your nudes, one key way to get rid of that process is to get rid of your real life information on the internet. One key way to do this is remove your information like websites like white pages that host your information. So let's say someone is able to kind of dox you and stuff like that, and it could be associated with nudes somehow. Getting rid of your information online is essential. Now, there are a lot of services out there, and I even made a tier list of ranking them all. My favorite and most affordable option is Incogni. This is basically going to be a service that goes through probably around 180 different websites, so you don't have to email each one. It will remove your name, your address, and these kind of things. So if someone is looking to harass you or somehow correlate your real life identity with nudes, or if your nudes have been leaked in your name and you don't want people to find out your address and stuff like that, these services are essential. I really think you should take advantage of something like Incogni to at least prevent people from harassing you IRL. Another key step could just be the support process. If your nudes have leaked online, you might want to consider seeking support through counseling or something like that. It can be a very traumatic process, but just know that you are not alone, and this has happened to a lot of people. And as the internet continues to grow and everyone has a smartphone nowadays and privacy has kind of been thrown out the window, know that you're not alone in this issue, and that's why I'm making this video. If you've had a particular harrowing experience, consider leaving a comment down below. I could give you a comment to cheer you up, or maybe one of my community members who have gone through this as well might be able to talk with you as well. So guys, these are some of the core steps I believe you should take after your nudes have leaked online. Most importantly, to sum up, I think you should get a password manager to secure your online accounts. You should utilize 2FA to make sure no one can access your accounts. You should report the content and try to remove it from Google search. And you should utilize data protection services to remove your IRL information from the internet so people can't isolate you in real life by your address and things like that. All right, guys, thanks for checking out this video. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you again very soon.